Welcome back to the MEP QAQC Pro channel, and in this video we will guide you throughout how to do pre-installation QAQC check for any MEP works. You- As a pre-installation check is a essential part for any QAQC engineer. Whether you are dealing with duct, mechanical system, electrical system, plumbing system, whatever system you have, you need to do a pre-installation checklist in order to verify the installation. So here we will be explaining you how you can do the pre-installation check for each system and what are the process are required to do the pre-installation, which document you need to prepare, and how you can be a good in the pre-installation checklist. Because pre-installation is very ensure to understand, plus you can easily get the the early detection of anything which is going wrong or which is not following your method statement or your ITP. You can easily identify from the pre-installation checklist. As of now, so many engineers they are not following that pre-installation checks because they always just thinking, okay, let's go to the site and review the work which is being performing at site. But I think you should have some checklist in your own pocket so that you can ensure that okay, whatever the works is going outside, they are following some standards and the the method statement which is approved as per the for the project. So let's dive into the today topics, the pre-installation of a QA/QC check for MEP works. This is comprehensive guide outline that essential the quality assurance and the quality control procedure required before commencing any MEP installation work. Following this systematic check ensure the project success for preventing costly reworks and maintaining the compliance with the project specification and industry standard. Following the sections details is specify the checks for site readiness, material verification, tools and manpower requirement that every MEP professional should have complete prior to the installation. So what it's trying to say is that whenever you are going to start the works, there should be a pre-check which has to be implemented at site, that checking site readiness, material verification, tools and manpower requirement. Everything should be ready prior to start the work. That is also known as a pre-checklist for the QAQC engineer. And the other part is the pre-installation checklist is also determined that that this will lead you to success by preventing the costly reworks. Means if you identify the early detection of the curves which which will prevent a wrong installation, which will prevent from the wrong delivery, which will prevent from the wrong way of installation, so that you can easily get it from the pre-installation check. You should have always a checklist or always a plan that whenever you are going at site and people are performing there, they should have a proper knowledge plus a proper method of construction knowledge should be available with them so that they cannot be avoided through the specification. The objective of pre-installation QA/QC check. First of all, we need to understand why it is required a pre-installation checklist for a QA/QC engineer. Basically, we have divided this in three terms. First, it will identify the verifications and the condition of site. The second is the material compliance. Third one is service coordination. This is the most important in the project. The first one is site condition. Whenever the site whenever as engineers, whenever the site will be on progress by the next week or by the next day, you need to be ensure that, okay, if the team they are performing, if they are going to perform by tomorrow or upcoming days, whether the site is ready, is a real access we have or no, whether it's a structural readiness is there, environment safety measure, everything is done properly. That need to be ensured with the quality and the safety team prior to start any work. And there is also one condition is whenever your team is going to start any work with the materials, that has to be aligned with the project specification. I'm telling in every video of my the every video of my related to the videos which is related to the MIS with the materials, that whatever the material delivered at site, that has to be conform to the project specification, and it should be align your project specification and submittal and the relevant standard. That you need to be ensured that all the things has to be checked properly and get the approval from your client or consultant. And the last is when everything is done, site condition is okay, material verification also done, approved. Now people are going to start the works at site. While they are doing installation and all, you need to ensure they have their coordination drawing, because there will be always any clashes between the service. Mechanical will clash with electrical, electrical will clash with mechanical, like this always happening. So to avoid this, you need to ensure that all the team they have the same drawing, they are all in the same page, that they can avoid this rework. Plus, to avoid this clashes. So this is the objective of the pre-installation. And nowadays, I don't think so. People are following, or maybe engineers they are following this. They don't have maybe any checklist for that one, or even they didn't prepare about any check for this kind of pre-installation works. What is the scope of pre-installation QA/QC check? As a QA/QC checklist, what are the scope you will mention in the pre-installation? Because this is internal checklist for your own. For HVAC, you will mention for sure air, ducting, AHU, chiller, VAV box, diffuser, insulation material, chill water, everything you will verify. You will check it at site. Material you will verify it. So you need to first ensure that what are the scope of your work. As a MEP QAQC engineer, you should have knowledge about the scope of work. Your company have taken that project, so there must be scope of work for your company that you need to be sure, or you need to be aware of that. So what scope you have. So in that scope, for each system, you will break down into the checklists and the scope of work, so that anytime inspection or the installation is going on, you will be aware that the scope of related work. So that apply for every system, whether a plumbing system, firefighting system, electrical system. In electrical, you will check conduits, cable, distribution panel, DVs, SMDVs, transformer, switch gears, lighting, grounding system. That all need to go through the pre-installation check. The pre-installation check, as I told you, in the three parts. One is verification, the second one is the condition, verification of condition, and the third one is prevention of clashes. Site readiness checklist. Basically, sometimes it's not required. That always not necessary, but I I will encourage you to have such checklists with you. If someone asks you, okay, whenever you are going at site, what are the things you are checking at site? So you can show them as a daily work wise, at a daily activity. You're going this area, you are checking this. What are the checkpoint you check? So you can make some checklist like this. It's like here, you are going some area for area accessibility, means by upcoming days you are going to start any duct installation. So you went there, you check is area is accessible. You will mention as a checkpoint clear obstruction or debris is not there, or debris is there or no. If there is any issues like some material is still there or blockage is there, access is not there. Okay. If it is clear, you'll mention your area is clear. So in this way, you can prepare your own checklist as per based on your project in order to understand what is going outside. The next one is material verification checklist. If you guys are aware that I have uploaded one video regarding material inspection report or material inspection request, how you can submit or how you can raise a material inspection to the consultant or the client. So this is that is this is the same only, but there is a some short form which align with the pre checklist. You will start from document review. You will see the purchase order. You will verify the quantity which is delivered. You will check against the project specification, and you will ensure that all the documents are approved by the consultant. Then you will verify the delivered sample at site. That is what their number, heat number, specification, size, everything you will verify through the matching approved source. Yani approved source is your purchase order. And from where you will match? From the delivery note. You will try to match and say, check everything is okay through the, and you will do the physical inspection whether there is no damage, no rust, no deformation, everything you will check. Proper label is there, everything you will be verified. Once you will verify and everything you have satisfied, you will check the material certificate, material test certificate. You will verify the test certificate for that particular item which deliver at site, whether they are matching the parameter test which is defined in the your project specification and your project requirement, that you need to verify. I already uploaded one video regarding MTC, which is material test certificate. What is material test certificate and what are the uses and how you can utilize that material test certificate in your project. All the details are there, so you can go and review that video to understand the basic fundamental of the material test certificate. Because material test certificate is a part of the MIR, so you must know about the material test certificate. Then once everything is verified and satisfied by you, the store management, the whoever the management is there, they will keep the material in a prepared condition, covered, dry, and try to avoid any kind of dust on it, so that once the material on the consultant or the client will come to do the inspection, so they can check easily and properly without any hassle. So that is all about the verification of any material arrive at site and as a pre-installation checklist. Tools and manpower readiness. This is also one basic requirement for installing or for starting any work at site. First of all, I would like to tell you that any installation is going at site, any work performing at site, they should have some method statement. That method statement should be approved and should be communicated with all your supervisor and workers before beginning of installation. So they have to aware the which work they are going to perform and how they have to perform and what are the criteria they have to consider before installing any work. So method statement should be one fundamental and the basic requirement to starting any work. For the method statement, there should be an ITP, which is inspection test plan, which shows that who are the stakeholders, who are the hold points, who are the responsible person to assign that works. and what are the sequence of that activity in order to start the works, and from initial stage to final. That will identify in the inspection test plan. What is inspection test plan? Inspection test plan must be readable, accessible, with whole points clearly identified and responsibilities assigned to the appropriate personally. So that is all about ITPs. Any equipment we are using that has to be calibrated. I already told you any equipment which has been using at site that have should have a calibration, a valid calibration certificate to avoid any further non-conformance in the site. So we should use a valid calibration certificate, and machines and equipment measurement tools has to be used at a site. To handle that equipment, we should have a certified person, means a valid skills person to be used at site for like welding, for connections, processing, everything. Should have a certified and skilled worker. So this is are the tools and manpower readiness, which is a essential part prior to start any work. Which you cannot start any work without this. How you can start without skilled person? How you can start the how you can start the work without method statement? If people doesn't know what is the procedure of starting a work, which drawing they have to use, where is the whole point? Who can give you NCR? Who cannot take the identification and responsibility? So this all essential tools and the manpower readiness requirement which need to be followed prior to start the installation.